Hello and welcome to Pick a Card reading for this week. I'm just smudging this area with my sage stick to clear the energy. And we have 3 different decks of cards. So please tune into which card is for you, which deck of cards. We have the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland, which is deck number 1. We have the Sacred Light Oracle, which is by Anna Stark, which is deck number 2. And we have the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland again. So there's 3 decks of cards, and I went with the Moonology series because we have a full moon on Friday the 18th of March, which is only a couple of days ago. And the full moon energy just it's a gift that keeps giving for a few days before, or at least I like to say at least 4 or 5 days before the full moon is at its peak, and about 4 or 5 days after the full moon is at its peak. So I'm going to give you your reading for each deck and see which one you just take a moment and see which deck that you're pulled toward, and that is your message at the moment. I'll start with deck number 1, which is the Manifestation Oracle cards. And feel free to like, share, subscribe, and all those wonderful YouTube things, because it helps all the algorithms for YouTube. So I'm going to just tune into this deck for a moment, and this smudge stick is still going. So obviously we need a bit of a cleanse at the moment, and that's that's fitting for a full moon. All right, so let's see where we're at. Okay, so whoever chose deck number 1, let's see. Okay, take a breather. It's the last quarter in Cancer. Be proud of yourself and release control. Okay, so let's tune in and see what these cards are actually bringing us. So the first card we have here is the last quarter moon in Cancer. So when we're in Cancer, we are quite sensitive. We're quite emotional. So if this is your deck at the moment, I'm going to suggest that you are very sensitive and in touch with your feelings and emotions. And just be mindful of how that feels for you, because sometimes when we have these big emotional moments, we want to run from it. We don't want to entertain the emotional side of life, because it is, let's be honest, draining, right? So we want to be mindful of how you're feeling at the moment and allow yourself to feel the feels. Don't judge it. Just let it up and out. Allow yourself just to be human for a moment, because this time in your life, you're finding it a little bit overwhelming. And I really feel that it's something that you're not allowing to process. You're not processing your emotions like you could. So and I'll show you the card. It's a beautiful card where she's got her arms out and she's surrendering to the full moon, which is perfect timing. And it says, take a breather. So at this stage in your life, you've really allowed everybody's stuff to pile up. And if you don't take a moment, things are going to be too hard. And when things are too hard, it's really, really difficult to be able to step into life. It's really difficult to be able to have conversations without being reactive and these type of things. And when our emotions pile up and we don't unpack them, we can become very irrational and very defensive. So allow yourself to feel these feels at this stage in your life, and forgive yourself, because there's a lot of opportunity here for you to let yourself off the hook, okay? Because the cards that are coming out is the last quarter moon in Cancer. So when we know Cancer is quite emotional and we're at the last quarter of it, I would suggest this has been like at least 2 weeks of emotional, and I want to say the word turmoil. So know that it's coming to an end, and know that the hard part of whatever's going on for you is just at the end, okay? You're at the end, because it's time for you to just catch your breath, take a breather. Because the next card that we get is a last quarter moon, again, in Taurus. And when we're in Taurus, we're a little bit more organized. We're still emotional. Let's not get me wrong. Don't take me wrong, but it's a time for recognition. This card says be proud of yourself. So it's a nice opportunity for you to actually sit back and realize what you've accomplished. Realize what you've actually lived through. You have made it this far. You have made it this far. You have walked in your shoes and you've got to this point. So really take a moment to let yourself take that breather, but acknowledge who you are. Acknowledge how far you have come, because nobody's done it for you, right? You've done it for yourself. So be proud of that. Also call in. I'm really, you know, when I do these cards, I see what the cards' messages are, but I also have spirit that's helping me along the way. And I know that stars are very important for you to be around at the moment, the night sky. So it takes a moment, if you haven't already, to really absorb the energy from the night sky, especially stars, okay? And finally, in that, we have the first quarter of the moon in Taurus, where we release control. And that's all about beginnings. It's all about reassessing how we've got to this point, what we've done in the past, and what we can do to change that. So I know I know that with this reading, you're at a point now where you're starting to do things differently. And it's actually a really exciting time. And in that, it can be quite scary, you know, going in uncharted waters. But when you really spend time with yourself under the stars, the night sky, even if it's only for a few moments, just connect, you'll be able to release the need and the want for the outcome. And you'll be able to actually say, okay, you know, I've got to this point and I'm very proud of who I am and what I've achieved and what I've accomplished. But it's now time for me to trust and to release that control. And in that, there's a rebirth. And I'm very, very excited for you. I'm very excited for you. Know that good things are on its way. But do not forget who you are. And do not forget you're the one that carried yourself to this point. And that is the reading for deck number 1, the Moonology manifestation cards. Now, I'm going to go to the deck number 2, which is the Sacred Light Oracle. And already with this card, I'm feeling quite relieved already. So I know that there's been a massive shift with you guys. I know that you're already on a very big road to healing. I know it's been happening for a while, but there's more to it. So let's see what the cards share with us. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, I love this one, guys. Who went for this deck? Because this is something that the darkness is all behind you. The darkness is all behind you. Firstly, we have the Light Seeker. The Light Seeker card is very much about looking at what you can do to change circumstances. You've already been doing this, but it's about being a visionary. You're using your mental strength and your capabilities and realizing you're much stronger than you've ever been. You're much stronger, let me say that again, than you've ever been, okay? And in that, you're going to find an independence, a resilience, a brilliance, to know that you're actually on the right path. The number that comes with this card is 21. So I know 21, add 2 and 1 and we've got a 3. And it's a time for collective energy. It's not just you and them anymore, it's us. It's very much us. So you're bringing people together. So whatever you're doing at the moment, make sure that you're including those, and I want to say the words lesser, what is the word? Less than. I'm getting less than. And it's not that they're, not as well off, but it's almost like they're not as vibrationally sound, and I'm not sure exactly what that means, but they're the words I'm getting. So I hope that resonates with you, because I really want you to bring the people close and share your brilliance, because you've experienced what a lot of people are going through now and you've come out the other side. So I want to say well done. Well done, because it's been very, very trying, and it's like you can't even believe that you're still here. And I want to say your guides and your angels are just all there, all standing around giving you a beautiful round of applause, because the next card you get is the universal Merkabah, and that's universal, that's collective, that's pulling everybody together, and it's saying that you are on purpose. You actually know why you're here. And if you're still doubting this, then you need to sit in some meditation yourself, because you're already doing what you're meant to be doing. You're already actually doing it. And if you're not feeling that, then there's a bit of self-love and a self-belief journey that you still need to do. But you're already doing it. You're already doing it, because people are telling you, but please take on the words that they're giving you. Please take on the fact that you're changing their lives. And the thing is, you're not even doing anything actively. You're just being yourself. And in that comes a truth and a strength, and people want a piece of that. So keep being you, because it is very contagious. And when we start feeding off people's vibe, it changes our vibe, and then we become that. And then other people feed off our vibe, and it continues. It's quite a progressive, energetic healing that's happening at the moment, and this is just by you being you. Okay, so you are on track, you are on purpose. Keep going, and in that, make sure you're taking the time for self-preservation, because the next card is the well-being card. So maintain your space. So in this brilliance that you are, this beacon of this light that you shine, you got to be very mindful of boundaries, because people will want so much of you that it can be a little bit distorted. Your energy could be, sporadic, a little bit here, a little bit there, and you can lose yourself in that. So the real message is that you need to maintain this well-being, okay? Because it says service to spirit. You are working for spirit, and it keeps you young, it keeps you vibrant, but in that, be mindful that you're working together, okay? So they'll give you what you need, but you need to put in what you need also. I want to say it's a working relationship. So be very mindful of burning your energy out by shining too bright for everybody else and not for yourself. Okay, so I want to really give you a massive congratulations. Thank you for doing our work. Us light workers need to share this. Us light workers need to continue with this vibrance, and it's not just a one-person job. So keep leading, keep teaching people just by being yourself. And that is the message of deck number 2, the Sacred Light Oracle. Thank you. Thank you so much. I get excited. I do. Okay, and last but not least, we have deck number 3, the Moonology Oracle cards. And, okay, now when I go into this energy of this reading, all of a sudden I feel like I'm hesitant. I'm a little bit reserved. I'm sitting back on the sidelines watching everybody else make the difference, and I'm not feeling worthy that there's anything I can do. I'm almost feeling defeated. All right, let's see what's going on here for you, because that, oh, thank you. All right, beautiful. Okay. Oh, I get so excited here again. Okay, so the first card we have here is the full moon in Aquarius, and it's saying, show the world the real you. So I'll tell you right now, the energy I get with this deck is that you have been keeping safe. You have been keeping yourself protected and warm and away. I don't feel connected like you want to be. It's almost like you've been in a bit of fear. The fear mentality has shut you off from connecting and being your real self. You have a story to tell. You have experiences. We've all been through a pandemic. They may say it's still continuing. That's your opinion. But you're in this space now where it's time to live. It's time to step up. It's time to say, hey, this is me. Hey, this is me. I'm over here. I actually am alive, and I do have a purpose. I do have something to share. And when you're in the full moon in Aquarius, which is an energy of truth seeking, it's an energy of independence, and it's an energy of power, very strong leadership. Be mindful of being swayed by other people's insecurities, because they're not yours. They're not yours. The Aquarian comes with us as the water bearer. So they're bringing sustenance. They're bringing fruitfulness. And there's all of this gifts that you carry. And it's time that you share them, because you haven't been. You may think you have, but this card and this reading is showing me that you have not been. You've been keeping it to yourself as if you're not worthy, as if you're hiding, as if you're regretful, blah, blah, blah. It's the past. Move on. It is time for you to step into the real you and not let others give you insecurities. I feel like I need to slap you. And I don't mean that. It's metaphorical, I promise. But it's like, wake up. You know who you are, and it's time that you let yourself be you. Because you have shut your mouth for too long. You've let other people tell you what to believe, what to feel, what to think. And when it doesn't sit right with you, it comes in the panic, comes in the anxiety, comes in the self-doubt. And the thing is, my beautiful soul, this is not you. This is no longer you. You are divine. You are here on, this day, today. You have been through a lot, and it's time for you to tap into what you've been through to realize what you have to share, right? Sometimes we go through stuff purely so we can help others prevent it. Or we can lead people out of their darkness and become the light. The next one is the new moon in Cancer. So there's beginnings. And Cancer brings a lot of emotions. That's the water element. It's the feelings. So whatever you've been suppressing needs to come up now. You're allowed to feel these things. And with this card, it says you and your loved ones are safe. So know that your team of spirit guides are close around you. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're actually feeling presence around you when you go to sleep at night. Just the warmth. It's not scary or eerie. It's actually just a knowing that, hey, you're not alone. And you know what? I'll give you, and this is for some of you that may resonate. There's nothing worse than feeling lonely when you have company. There's nothing worse than feeling lonely when you have company. And when you allow yourself to feel these feelings and know that Spirit's around and let them in, you're going to know that you're connected and you're safe. And you then can allow yourself to let the people in that are around you also. And last but not least, you've got the waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. So know that it's a mass realization for you. It's an awakening that's been slow but gradual, but just the right pace for you to say, okay, I'm listening now, Spirit. I'm open. Give it to me. What is it? What is it that I need? What is it? And the thing is, you've been drip fed up until this point. But drip feeding only got you here. And it's now going to be bigger shifts because you're ready, right? You're prepared. And I want to give you the message of love, hope, and abundance because you and your loved ones are safe. And let's just say for a moment you believed you were safe with your next step. Now take that on board as if it's true because that's what your spirits are telling you right now. Now step into the next thing that's for you, knowing that, hey, you're safe. Because up until now there's been a lot of fear, a lot of angst, a lot of regret and all these dark thoughts like you got it wrong, but it doesn't matter. Learn from them and transcend them and then get yourself into a space where you just step into tomorrow and know that you're safe and protected. And it's almost like this one needs, if you went for deck number 3, I just want to give you a big cuddle to say your loved ones, your spirit guides, they're all here and they're all rooting for you. It's like you got a cheer squad here spelling out your name. And they are your messages. I hope they resonated for you. Know that these are general readings, but take what you need. And I'd love a share, a comment, a subscribe. And thank you very much for tuning in. And I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.